Natalie Portman, the acclaimed actress known for her versatile roles across decades of cinema, has often spoken candidly about her personal life, particularly her approach to parenting and how her professional world intersects, or rather doesn't, with her family dynamics. One recurring theme in her interviews has been the notable reluctance of her children to engage with her filmography. Portman shares 2 children, a son named Aleph and a daughter named Amalia, with her former husband, the choreographer Benjamin Millepied. Over the years, she has explained in various conversations that her kids show little to no interest in sitting down to watch the movies that have defined her career, from indie dramas to blockbuster franchises. The resistance isn't rooted in disinterest in film as a medium or in any outright rejection of their mother's talents. Instead, it stems from a deeper, more emotional place. The simple awkwardness and discomfort that comes with seeing a parent transformed into someone else on screen. Portman has described how her children find the experience kind of weirded out whenever the topic arises. They view her primarily and most comfortably as mom, the person who handles daily routines, offers comfort, sets boundaries, and provides unwavering support. Seeing her in character, whether portraying a queen in a galaxy far, far away, a tormented ballerina, or a historical figure grappling with complex emotions, disrupts that foundational image. It's as if the screen version of her becomes a stranger, someone distant and unfamiliar, which creates an instinctive pullback rather than curiosity or pride. This sentiment echoes a common experience among children of actors and performers. The profession inherently involves adopting personas, emotions, and sometimes intense or mature scenarios that don't align with the everyday reality of family life. For Portman's kids, the disconnect feels particularly pronounced because her roles have often been layered with depth and intensity. Take her iconic turn in the Star Wars prequel trilogy, where she portrayed Padme Amidala, a poised, intelligent senator and queen thrust into galactic politics and romance. While many fans revisit those films with nostalgia, Portman has indicated that she hasn't pushed her children to watch them, and they haven't shown much inclination either. Her son has seen some of the more recent Star Wars entries that don't feature her, but the prequels remain untouched in their household viewing rotation. She has suggested that part of this avoidance ties into not wanting them to see her in ways that might complicate their perception of her as a nurturing, grounded parent rather than a celebrity figure. Portman has elaborated that her children aren't entirely closed off to entertainment or even to the idea of her work in abstract terms. They understand she acts for a living, and they've likely absorbed bits and pieces through cultural osmosis, references from friends, clips online, or conversations at school. Yet when it comes to deliberately choosing one of her films for family movie night, the enthusiasm simply isn't there. She has noted with a mix of amusement and understanding that they seem resistant or uninterested, almost as a protective mechanism. It's not defiance, it's more like a quiet boundary they set to preserve the purity of their relationship with her. In one reflection, she mentioned how they don't express much curiosity about diving into her catalog, preferring instead to keep her role in their lives separate from the public-facing persona she inhabits on screen. This dynamic highlights the unique challenges faced by parents in the entertainment industry. Portman has always prioritized privacy and normalcy for her children, shielding them as much as possible from the glare of Hollywood. She has spoken about wanting them to grow up with a sense of self that isn't overshadowed by fame or public scrutiny. By not forcing exposure to her movies, she allows them to form their own opinions, or lack thereof, organically. The weirded out reaction she describes isn't judgmental, it's human. Children often struggle with the cognitive dissonance of reconciling the loving, familiar parent with the larger-than-life character on a screen, especially when those characters endure heartbreak, conflict, or sensuality that feels far removed from home life. Portman herself approaches the situation with empathy and lighthearted acceptance. She doesn't seem frustrated by their reluctance. If anything, she finds it endearing and relatable. It reinforces for her the importance of maintaining clear boundaries between work and family. In interviews, she has laughed off suggestions that they might one day become fans of her work, acknowledging that their current stance is perfectly valid. She has even hinted that some of her more intense or mature-rated projects, films with themes of violence, sexuality, or psychological complexity, are naturally off-limits for now due to age appropriateness, further contributing to the overall distance. Over time, this resistance has become a sort of family lore, a gentle quirk that underscores the authenticity of their bond. Portman has emphasized that her kids are happy, well-adjusted, and engaged in their own interests, from school and hobbies to exploring the world on their own terms. The fact that they don't rush to stream her Oscar-winning performances or revisit her early breakout roles speaks volumes about how successfully she has compartmentalized her career. They love her for who she is at home, not for the accolades or the characters she embodies elsewhere.